Hello everyone, many thanks for joining this webinar and taking time out of your day at the current time. We really do appreciate it. I'm Warren Butler, Marketing Director at Preact, and I'm delighted to be joined by Ashley Brower, Senior Territory Manager at ClickDimensions. In this session, we'll be taking a look at why ClickDimensions is the most popular marketing solution for Microsoft Dynamics 365 and how it supports marketers in addressing 4 frequent challenges. If you are already using ClickDimensions or if you're new to this, we hope this presentation will provide you with some useful insight and ideas. A quick introduction to Preact. We are a Microsoft Gold partner, helping small and mid-sized businesses implement and support Dynamics across CRM apps and solutions built on the Microsoft Power Platform. Trading since 1993, today we support more than 8,000 Dynamics users across a variety of industry sectors. We're one of a select few partners to be named in Microsoft's Inner Circle for its business applications, which puts Preact into the top 1% of providers. If you are already using Dynamics 365 and looking to do more with the product, please do get in touch and we'll be delighted to discuss your plans and offer advice. We're also proud to partner with ClickDimensions and hold its highest platinum partner status, which really reflects the popularity for the solution that we've seen across our customer base. Preact has worked with ClickDimensions since 2014, and in that time we've helped many organizations get started by either moving to ClickDimensions from another product or deploying this as their first marketing automation system. And by providing a solution that's fully native to Dynamics, ClickDimensions enables sales and marketing teams to work together on a single platform that doesn't require integration or data synchronization. Another important reason for its popularity and customer retention that we've seen is ClickDimensions' understanding of the needs of marketing teams in developing tools and services that helps them be successful. And that's why we're thrilled to have Ashley with us today to share more information and specifically how ClickDimensions helps marketing teams solve 4 frequent challenges. Firstly, the need to reduce complexity, how to achieve greater marketing scale. Thirdly, how to increase engagement. And finally, how to demonstrate clearly the results from marketing activity. So I think that's my cue to bring in Ashley and pass the presentation across. Thanks, Ashley.
Perfect. Thanks so much, Warren. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. Warren did a great job kind of introducing Preact and ours relationship. We worked really closely over the past, 6-7 years now on, really making sure that Dynamics customers have a marketing solution fit for purpose. And that's exactly what ClickDimensions does. We have been around for about 10 years now. We have offices all over the world, and we have about 3,700 customers worldwide. But we've created a marketing solution that makes Microsoft technology work for marketers. So ClickDimensions is 100% natively built inside of Dynamics. So we don't have our own platform or database or anything like that. We actually just live inside of the CRM system. So that means that all 3,700 of our customers are also using Dynamics, which is amazing. So Warren kind of covered those 4 challenges that we're going to go through today. So the first one is reducing complexity. In this world, there are over 7,000 MarTech businesses out there. And that's a lot to process. There's so much going on in the market and so many different amazing tools out there. And it's, amazing that people have options, but it's also, pretty confusing. If you're looking for an email tool, you could probably find, 1,000 email tools that someone could go after. Now, you're not going to go in and, get demos of 1,000 tools. No one has time for that. So it's really allowed buyers to become more educated in sessions like this in order to make the right solution for them. But typically what we see is products are too expensive, too complex, And then there's not enough skilled people out there in order to do all of these things. A lot of the marketers that, we work with in ClickDimensions, they wear a lot of hats. We don't, there's 7,000 technologies out there. Let's say you as a company maybe need 20-ish, different platforms to solve all of your needs and problems. Well, do you have 20 different people that specialize in each of those areas? Probably not. It's likely you and a couple of others, and you all kind of share the responsibilities and roles. So, us here at ClickDimensions, we have tried to create these different products and tools to bring it all into one single place and make things all together, making your lives easier and also streamlining this process. Because traditionally, what someone will do is they'll get their CRM system, which is amazing. We hope it's Microsoft Dynamics, and then they'll go out with their requirement sheet and they will, start picking, okay, these different products check the boxes of what we're looking to do. But the problem with this traditional approach is everything is siloed data. It's all outside of Dynamics, not talking to each other, not talking to your CRM system. So you're stuck with the problem of, importing and exporting things back and forth, or jumping in and out of these different platforms with different user interfaces and different needs. So ClickDimensions has just made this very simple by taking everything and plugging it directly into your CRM system in one place. That way you have a 360-degree view of all of your contacts in your databases, behaviors, actions, interests, everything with this all-in-one tool. So ClickDimensions is the marketing cloud for Microsoft Dynamics. So we have a lot of different areas of our business, and we continue to grow and put together these different, platforms and resources and features in order to give someone an all-in-one solution. So the multi-channel marketing automation, that's the top left-hand bubble. That is what we started with at our core. And then as social marketing became more popular, we got more into social. Now we're moving more into the analytics and results side of things. And then we, of course, have the services to support all of these different things. So we'll go through these different, areas today and how they can help resolve your problems. But the point is that we're reducing complexity and the fact that we're bringing it all in one place. We're making ClickDimensions a marketing cloud, so it's a one-stop shop for all of your marketing needs. You don't have to go out to those 7,000 MarTech vendors and evaluate them all. We're just putting together your best in breed right here. So traditional multi-channel marketing automation. So this is the core of ClickDimensions. It's everything from your email marketing to who's on your website, forms, surveys, posting up social media, automating all of that. Remember, we're just bringing those things into your CRM system in one place. Like I said, you probably don't have, 20 different specialists in different areas of marketing on your team. So it's nice to have it in one place and see how they're all interacting with each other. And then that way you can have this full view of a customer. So how do we achieve greater scale by doing this? How do we save time in these efforts? So we've reduced the complexity and bringing it all in one place, but where can we save the time and resources? The first way, no importing and exporting. Because everything lives inside of your CRM system, you're creating those marketing lists in Dynamics using dynamic CRM marketing lists. Now, from there, they could be dynamic or static, meaning they can be changing or they could just stay the same. You can pull on leads or contacts, so it allows you to target your prospects and your existing customers. They're reusable, so you're not having to recreate them every single day. But it's amazing because the number one challenge that I see in marketers when they're using these multiple platforms is they build the lists out of their CRM, they export them, export them out of CRM, but they have to upload them into their marketing. And then what they have to do from there is after they execute their campaign, they have to export them from their marketing and then upload them into Dynamics. Whereas ClickDimensions, we're never leaving Dynamics, so you're not having to do this. Huge, huge time saver there. Also, it's not just, a one-stop shop email marketing tool. There's a lot of other areas of the business that can pull in. So your forms on your website. So whenever you get a net new lead on your website, you're able to attribute it back to, maybe the campaign that you got that from, and you're not having those siloed forms or surveys or landing pages. It's bringing all these different areas of your business together and you're not having to say, all right, forms, they sent the results to me in this email, and now I have to take this email and go to my CRM and create a new contact. Nope, this is just pulling it all in for you. Now, once you have all this wonderful data in your CRM, you probably want to act on it. And ClickDimensions, we have our campaign automation tool. So this is our nurture or drip marketing. It's really easy to build out, drag and drop. But what it does on different interactions. So you set these up ahead of time. And as people start to qualify or trigger into these automations, it'll take them through a series of flows based on how they're opening or clicking. It can send them down different paths. There's also some human interaction points in there as well. So if maybe at a certain point in the campaign, you would like someone to notify a record owner, hey, they reached the stage, or hey, can you give them a call at this point in time? But it's amazing because you can set these up, let them run. People are getting these custom experiences based on their own interactions, and it allows you to automate all of this versus, all right, they clicked on an email, now what? Oh, they filled out this form, now what do I do with them? Or, oh, they just became a customer and now I have to manually send them all their welcome emails. This will just streamline this process and do it for you, which is amazing because you can automate what you can and then focus on the other things that you can't automate. So huge, huge time saver here once you get these set up. Now, how can we increase engagement? Because you can pump out this content all day long if you want to, but if it's not performing at the level you're hoping for or expecting or needing it to, then what's the point? So there's a number of ways that ClickDimensions can help you increase engagement. The first thing that you can do is you can personalize your data, but not just personalize it. You can personalize it with the data that you're holding in your CRM system. You do such a hard job of collecting the information on the contacts and leads into your CRM system, but what are you doing with it? So you can pull in any field. So those are custom fields on the contact, lead, account, or owner entity within Dynamics. So anything that you hold on the people in CRM, you can actually use that data in order to pull it into your email. So for example, in this screen, it's, pulling in their first name. Maybe simply just greeting them by their first name instead of hi customer, could go a long way with your base. Also, it could be anything that you hold. So maybe you're pulling in renewal dates, what products they've purchased. Maybe you're sending an email from someone's account manager and you want to put their custom account manager signature at the bottom. Tons of ways that you can do this to make people feel like you're targeting this email just for them, when really you're sending it to a mass list because we need to save time. You can also take that a step further by personalizing the data or the content that someone is receiving based on some criteria. So it can be anything that's on the contact or lead. So maybe you want people in a certain region to receive this part of an email versus maybe people in another region would receive the block below. Maybe your customers who are on product A receive this content versus product B receives this content. So really amazing way to build out one email to one list, and it'll actually dynamically change the content of the email based on who's receiving it. Once again, we're just working on segmenting and tailoring out this data so you're hitting the right person with the right content and then hopefully at the right time. So great to do there, but you can also segment who you're targeting. So of course you can segment what you're sending them, but who are you targeting for this? And that's where you're going to build a marketing list. And because these marketing lists are built in Dynamics, you can segment everything with Dynamics data. So maybe I want these contacts in this city that are customers. Or maybe I want these contacts that belong to this record owner with this product, because I'm trying to use some cross-sell techniques here. Really amazing way to segment out your lists and make sure, once again, you're sending the right message to the right person. So those go back to the CRM marketing lists. Really amazing way to use those. Once again, they can be dynamic, so they can change as people start to qualify for these things, or static. So what does this list just look like at that time? So, after you've sent, your communications out, you can actually track back into CRM how those are performing against an individual. So of course you can see all of your marketing results and engagements and everything like that as a whole, because everything is pushing back into Dynamics, but it's all also pushing back onto that lead or contact in CRM. So on an individual person, I'm able to go in and see, all right, we've sent them this many emails and this is how many interactions that they've had with these emails. Or maybe, we've sent them this many emails and they're not interacting with any of them. So for that, we need to make a decision. Do we want to do a reactivation campaign, or maybe try a different channel of marketing, which we'll talk about later? Try to get them engaged in another way, or do we just need to remove them from the list? We don't want to keep sending them emails if they're not going to be interacting. What's the point? You can also see when's the last engagement that they had. So that's also very valuable, because you can see, are they still actively engaged with you, or maybe, do you need to run a reactivation campaign on them, or maybe let their account manager know, hey, they're not active, they're not engaging in our emails. Maybe you need to reach out by phone and make sure that they're still, with us and they're still happy. So great way to be able to track how these are performing on an individual basis as well as a whole. So ClickDimensions, it is multi-channel. There's different ways that you communicate with people other than emails. For example, SMS text. So we have connectors built for Twilio and bulk SMS. So if you have one of those solutions, plugs right into Dynamics, super simple. So that way you can actually send a text message to a marketing list if you'd like. You can also use SMS messages in those campaign automation builders. That way, as people reach a certain point in a campaign automation, you want to send them this targeted text. Or maybe when they do an action in CRM or an action through marketing efforts and you want to send them this SMS. Just another way to reach your audience using another tool, but still inside of Dynamics. And then social. So social really got popular a couple of years ago. So once again, as the times change, ClickDimensions adds things in. So social posting is a huge way to connect with your followers on social. So ClickDimensions has a social posting tool. It is for Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. It allows you to post out to your social profiles directly from Dynamics. So that way you're not having to log into your Facebook and then post, log into your Twitter and then post. You can just do it from one platform. You can also post them immediately or even schedule them to go out. So that's all great. Adding in, not logging into a bunch of different platforms, adding in the scheduling tool, but it also will track if people are interacting with your social post. So it tracks back if anyone is clicking on the links in your social post back into Dynamics. So that way you can see, oh, we posted this post out and it got 50 social clicks. That's great. It's performing well. Topic people are interested in. But it also works alongside some web tracking that we have, to where we can try to identify who these people are that are clicking on posts. So just like we could see, oh, we sent Warren this email and he opened it 15 times, we can also see Warren's been clicking around on these types of social posts. We know what he's interested in. So we also have our social platform, which takes it a lot further and goes into a lot of other types of social. So, of course, we have that social posting that I just kind of mentioned previously, but we also do a lot of other things like social listening. Who's talking about you on social? And it's in this all-in-one platform to where you're not having to log into your Twitter and then your Facebook and then your LinkedIn. You're able to see it in a single dashboard. So that way, if people are talking about you, you're able to quickly respond, quickly like it, share it, comment on it, take care of it. So if someone's praising you, you're able to, quickly thank them. Or if maybe someone's not happy with something, you're able to mitigate it very quickly. So great way to see, what are people talking about on social, and is it you? Also, social advocacy. So if you haven't heard of social advocacy, it's an amazing tool. What it does is it allows your employees to get involved and post on your behalf to spread the reach of your company. Now, what I mean by that, social marketing, traditionally, you post out to your company page, and anyone who follows your company page will then be able to see those posts, right? So that's great if they're following your company page. But you could have some prospects or customers out there that maybe follow your employees on social, but don't follow your page yet. So what you can do with that is you can create pre-approved marketing content for your employees to be able to simply go and share that out to their own personal profiles. That way it's reaching out further than your company can to their own networks as well. And that way it's spreading the good name of your company. It's spreading all this wonderful content that you've created just even further. And then, of course, analytics. How is our social performing? Is it doing great? Are we posting the right content at the right time? Do we have the number of followers we need? But the most important part is what kind of results and what kind of lead attributions are we getting because we're posting out on social? So are we getting any leads in the system because of our social marketing efforts? And what kind of content is actually creating those leads versus other maybe fluff content that isn't? So social is huge, amazing. And with all of this, we can do some scoring. So you're posting out all of this wonderful content, but based on how people are interacting with that content, we can actually put a numeric value of their level of interest. So if they are clicking on emails, if they're visiting your website, how many pages are they looking at? Are you creating opportunities? Are they filling out forms? So based on these things, we actually create a score. So someone's numeric value of their level of interest, and your team can do a lot with that. So they can say, hey, I want to see all of my contacts with a score below 50, and I'm going to do a reactivation campaign. Or, hey, when someone hits a score of 100, send me a notification because they're a hot lead and I want to go after them. Or maybe I just want to kind of filter my, leads and I want to see, hey, show me the hot scores first. And I'm going to start dialing down those people who show me that they're interested versus someone who's never been to the website or never clicked on an email or filled out any inquiry forms. So really great way to be able to prioritize your database and your marketing efforts based on people who are screaming at you that they're interested. And then there's a lot going on. I know I've talked about a lot of features so far. So we have a marketing calendar, which is a very visual representation of what you have going on. So it'll take all of these efforts that we're talking about. So, those events, those campaigns, emails, automation, social posts, and it'll put this into this very visual calendar view to show you exactly what you have going out at what time, and allows you to see, does this match my marketing strategy? Is what I'm pushing out exactly what I was trying to achieve? Do I maybe have too many posts going out on one day? Or maybe do we have too many posts going out at the same time? And we need to kind of stretch those out. So this is just a great way to see it in a single view. And then results. I hear so many times people are very focused on getting that campaign out. They want to get that email out. And that's where they think the hard work stops. But that's really where the hard work starts. So how your campaigns are performing shape your strategy moving forward. And it's so important to understand these reporting and results. But most marketers don't know what activities are driving those things, because when they're in all these different channels and different platforms and they're importing and exporting back and forth, it's very difficult to see that overall picture of, hey, where did this social lead come from? Or where did this, lead come from? Was it a form? Was it this email? And this is the way to get it done, because everything is inside of Dynamics, and you can actually pull your own views and dashboards and reports on your marketing data as well as your CRM data to create those views. It's this process of, okay, we have someone landing on a page on our website. We can actually show you where that click or that visit came from. And then once we have that visit, we're able to show you what someone was doing before they even hit that page. And then maybe that drives them to a form download or an email interaction or clicked on social. But we're able to see all of these different areas of the business and what leads are actually attributing to these efforts that you're pushing out. So did they come from an email? Did they come from this form download? Did they come from our social posts? And it's bringing it into one place. So, let's say that, a lot of marketers, they don't know what to report on. They're like, hey, we have all this great data coming back in, but I don't know how to present this to my CEO or my MD on, how this performed, or, what are our goals, or hey, we're here in March, how do we get there in May? How did we track against those goals? And that's okay. There's a lot of reports that you can pull to go into these things, and we've created these intelligent dashboards that does it for you. You don't even have to get creative with the reports that you're pulling or make sure you're hitting your goals. This will tell you that. So what we've done is we've taken your CRM data, your ClickDimensions data, your Google ad data, as well as your Google Analytics data, and we've mushed it all together and pushed it in to these 12 pre-built dashboards with over 150 views in it, showing you all of the reportings and analytics that you're looking for. So that way, if your CEO is like, hey, how is this performing? Quickly send them a report. You've already got that information. It's actually tracking over time as well, so you can show them what that progression has looked like. But it really takes out the manual work of having to create any reports. It's just these pre-built dashboards showing you exactly what you're looking for. Now it takes it a step further. It's not just showing you this results, but it's actually allowing you to kind of collaborate on them. So like I said, okay, maybe we're setting these goals. Hey, I know our web visits are here in March, and by May, I want to increase by 15%. You can actually take a look at what they are in March, what they are in May. Maybe in April, you're tracking against that goal to see if you're on track to hit it. If not, maybe you need to, step in and do some manual intervening. You can, comment on your KPIs at a certain point in time so that way you can look back and see, how things were going. So it's really just taking these amazing marketing dashboards and amazing analytics and results and pushing them to you to allow you to see your efforts a lot more easily and market smarter. And, there's a lot going on in the marketing world. And, like I said, sometimes we don't have all of the resources that we need or all of the internal capabilities that we need, or maybe there's not enough budget for all the manpower in the world. And so if it's all a bit too much, Preact has services around all of this. So it's really sitting back and taking a look at, hey, what do we want to do? And can we physically do it? And if you can, that's amazing. Like I said, marketers, they wear a lot of hats. They are used to getting a lot done. But there's also peaks and valleys in your marketing year. Sometimes you have way too many campaigns going on that you don't have the manpower for, while other points of the year, there's not as much going on. And so these services are also built to help you fluctuate during those high peak times, because you're going to staff for normalcy. So you're not going to staff for high peak times because it's not always high peak. So these services are really amazing, and there's a number of them. So the first one, when you're coming on to ClickDimensions, we can help onboard you. So make sure, one, solutions in there, it's looking good. Two, we're going to help train you on it, because as you've seen, there's a lot going on. So to just, hey, throw this big solution at you, hope you do well and learn how to use everything, that's not a great strategy. So Preact will help train you on how to use all of this, as well as make sure that you're successful throughout being a customer. And then they take it a step further. So there's some managed services going on. So advisory. Maybe you're not sure the types of campaigns you want to run, or maybe, you have some ideas of campaigns, but you're not quite sure how to execute it. Or maybe you want to understand in your industry, what are the best practices here? How are other companies like me running these types of campaigns? We'll advise you on those. We'll advise you in the direction that you should be taking your marketing, or even take a look at what you're currently doing and make some suggestions on how you can improve to get better results. There's also, so that's more on the skill set side. So helping you, advise on what you should be doing. There's also the execution side. So this is more on the resources. So do you physically have enough time to get done everything you want to? And so execution is where we will physically run the platform for you. So, hey, I have this campaign. I want you to build it out, send it out. Let me know how it goes. Done. We will do it while you focus on other things that we can't. Hey, I want you to go and create this monthly newsletter and send it to this list. Make sure it's performing well. If not, maybe advise on how we can tweak. And then, of course, should anything ever go wrong, there's global support around the clock. We're here to help troubleshoot anything that you need. So that is, kind of how we can help solve your complexity issues, making things more streamlined, solving all of those challenges that you face on a day-to-day basis, and doing it with a number of platforms and tools as well as services. And, I thank you, Warren, for organizing this today. If anyone has any questions, we'll definitely get to that Q&A side. I'm always the person that right after the call, I think of all my wonderful questions I should have asked. So if that's you, please reach out to Warren at Preact. They are amazing and really excited to help you and your marketing team achieve all of your goals.
Super. Many thanks for that, Ashley. That's brilliant. Appreciate that's packed in a lot of information in a pretty short space of time, but hopefully it's given you some useful ideas to either expand your ClickDimensions solution or consider adding this to your Dynamics 365 system to overcome the type of challenges that we've highlighted. If you want to know more about increasing your use of ClickDimensions, especially around the type of services that Ashley just featured, or you are interested in arranging a demonstration to understand a bit more about the solution, please do get in touch with us and we'll be happy to follow up and answer your questions. We're going to pause for just a moment to see what questions have come through. But if you are leaving us at this point, on behalf of Ashley and myself, many thanks for joining us today.
Thank you, everyone.